Hello, my name is Logan, and I'm your host, the Mighty Pirate. In today's episode, I'm going to conclude the clan's timeline, starting with the death of `IlKhan Showers and concluding with the start of the Dark Ages. After the death of `IlKhan Showers, many clansmen called for vengeance. Luckily, cooler heads prevailed. The resulting lull is known as the Year of Peace. The clan homeworlds are 1,300 light-years from Terra, and as a result, 800 light-years from the periphery, giving the successor states time to forge alliances. While there was much infighting amongst the clans on who was to blame for the death of `IlKhan Showers, they concluded that no one faction or persons were to blame. The Inner Sphere sought out the Wolf Dragoons on intel about the clans, which the Wolf Dragoons gave freely to see an end of the fighting. Eventually, Ulrich Kerensky of Clan Wolf was elected amongst the clans as the new `IlKhan, and the clans began their new plans to invade the Inner Sphere and activated 3 additional clans not in the initial invasion: Clan Novacat, Clan Steel Viper, and finally Clan Diamond Shark. In the year 3051, the clan invasion began again, with good progress despite the Inner Sphere's time to prepare and develop technology. But as with the invasion before, the clans began to charge ahead of the main force, namely Clan Novacat and Clan Smoke Jaguar, with a decisive blow against the Draconis Combine with a full 5 galaxies, meaning approximately 1,875 mechs or aerospace fighters, and a full regiment of 9,375 elementals. However, the Inner Sphere was privy to the invasion and prepared for the assault in advance with a similar sized force, and prevailed. This was the first time the clans had to admit defeat in equivalent combat. Both the Novacats and the Smoke Jaguars blamed the opposing faction for the lack of cooperation in the assault. This assault became a minor footnote as Ulrich, leader of the clans, declared that the clan's ultimate goal was the liberation of Terra. This created mass panic in the Inner Sphere, and Comstar, which had been initially neutral in the clan invasions, now actively relayed the locations and movements of the clan invasion to the Great Houses. Large losses were had on both sides as a result in an effort to contain the endless bloodshed. Comstar's leader issued a resolution to both sides. They would battle over Tukayyid, which was in the destroyed empire of the Free Rashigal Republic. Comstar would take the fight to the clans, and if they lost, they would surrender Terra to the clans, giving them a foothold, entry to the Inner Sphere, as well as some of the last Star League factories and technology. And should the clans lose, they would agree to a 15-year truce and halt the invasion. Each clan would be given an objective to secure their victory for their side. Comstar had grievous losses, with 40% casualties and 40% wounded, while the clans only lost 9 to 29% of their forces, with 60% wounded. However, only Clan Wolf achieved their objective, meaning defeat for the clans, and true to the word, they agreed to a 15-year truce. This did not sit well with most of the clans, however, and infighting amongst the clans began almost immediately, as well as several ploys to get the Inner Sphere to invade their recently conquered clan holdings, which ultimately ended in failure, as well as further clan losses in this time of peace. And in the summer of 3057, the Grand Council declared their `IlKhan a traitor for denying their culture the combat which was their lifestyle. The `IlKhan declared a trial of refusal, bidding the entirety of Clan Wolf as the prize should he lose. However, during the fighting, Ulrich was killed due to Clan Jade Falcon's treachery, and resulted in a loss for Clan Wolf, as well as a loss of another `IlKhan. Jade Falcon attempted to claim their prize, but every attempt to do so resulted in massive losses for Clan Jade Falcon, as they would be ambushed by now former Clan Wolf rebels. Without Ulrich as the `IlKhan, the clans put to vote for a new leader in 3059, and eventually elected `IlKhan Lincoln Osis of the Smoke Jaguars, and afterwards the newly elected `IlKhan told the clans to prepare for war with 6 months to assemble their forces. This would cost the `IlKhan everything from his clan to his homeworld. While this was happening in clan-controlled space, the Inner Sphere also elected a new leader for their recently reformed Star League, Sun Tzu Leo of the Capellan Confederation. His first and most daunting task was that to end the clan invasion once and for all. Knowing they didn't have the manpower to destroy the entirety of the clans, they opted to destroy a single clan to throw the clans into disarray once more, and for several reasons they chose Clan Smoke Jaguar. To further cause the clan's disarray, Clan Burrock had been caught doing dealings with the Bandit caste, and as a result, Clan Star Adder absorbed Clan Burrock after the Grand Council declared them traitors. This further spurred infighting amongst the clans as to who would get the leftover resources of Clan Burrock. On the eve of the `IlKhan's invasion, they received news that the Inner Sphere had finally reunited under one banner, and were making an attack for Smoke Jaguar planets in the Inner Sphere, with the largest force ever assembled by the Inner Sphere, with 85 battle mech regiments and 200 support regiments under the code name Bulldog. The `IlKhan requested all the clan forces join him in a counterattack, however most did not join his call, with the Ghost Bears remaining neutral, and the Nova Cats joining the side of the Star League to further weaken the Jaguar's support base. The fight went so poorly that not only were the few remaining Jaguars unable to retreat, they were routed, completely cut off from any chance of reinforcements, destroying a great deal of clan civilians and refugees. This was not the end of the Inner Sphere attack though. They further pushed the assault to the Smoke Jaguar homeworld of Huntress. Vicious losses happen on both sides as the clans loyal to the `IlKhan resolve themselves to guerrilla tactics. The leader of the Star League invasion demanded a trial refusal, which would be called later the Great Refusal War. In this, 8 detachments of both sides would fight for the ending of the war, which ultimately resulted in 2 victories for the clans and a draw, with 5 victories for the Star League. At the climax of the final battle, Prince Victor met with the `IlKhan Osis face to face and killed him, ending the Great Refusal War and the invasion. After the battle, Prince Victor Steiner met with the Grand Council and offered the clans a chance to rejoin the Star League, which ultimately fell on deaf ears. Though the clans did agree to uphold the initial 15-year treaty, and also agreed the recently destroyed Smoke Jaguar worlds would be Star League holdings as long as they would remain neutral in the coming conflicts. Soon after, the Star League abandoned these holdings, creating a power vacuum in their wake, causing the remaining clans to fight amongst themselves for these worlds. Whether or not this was intentional remains uncertain. While this is happening, Clan Ghost Bear removed all of its colonies from the Pentagonal worlds and evacuated their populace to their Inner Sphere holdings via massive Leviathan dropships. At the same time of this great exodus, the clans called for the blood of Clan Nova Cat, which was a far more destructive escape, as many of the loyal clans attacked the Nova Cats in force, with only 5% of the Nova Cat civilians able to escape, and it was only through diplomacy that clan leaders agreed that the remaining populace would be able to leave unmolested by attacking forces. Infighting amongst the clans would continue over the next several years, but it would take the word of Blake's meddlings to reignite the clan invasions. However, after the year 3062, most of the invasions are clan by clan, and ultimately result in small border changes and temporary alliances. This continues all the way into the Dark Age in 3085, where the first disarmaments are called for and upheld to a small degree. Afterwards, there is peace, but once again, this is all thrown to the wind in 3132, as all communication is destroyed during an event called Grey Monday, and the Republic of the Sphere is broken once again. This will conclude my clan timeline videos. On my next project, I'll be doing faction videos for the Battletech universe. Till then, thanks for watching!